Hmm. Here I am dark again. I think that's better. Hello, KP Heathen. How are you doing? Hey, Black Widow, welcome. I'm still trying. I'm still trying to get my act together. Got some interesting stuff to talk about this evening. Topics will be cast iron cooking and 3 survival items you should have on you. Uncle Al, Die Bullfrog 79, welcome. So I did my 2-step verification today, and I had to. I don't know why they're so panicky about all that stuff. It's part of the monetization process, so I'm waiting to hear back from them now. Idaho Garden Girl, welcome. Good to have you in the house. Oh, good Lord, I'm so tired of these notifications. Let's see, 6 in the house, 4 likes. Blind. Everything's a blur. I'm really bad. My eyesight's not that good. Well, let me go over statistics real fast. I want to get that out of the way. So I'm sitting at 1,605 subscribers. And I'm at 16,500 views for the cycle. 16.5K. My watch time right now is 558 hours. My last live had 130. And during the actual stream, I had 100. So there have been 30 visits to the site since the live stream. My current shorts, and I put up 2. The most recent one has 200. Well, it had 228 just recently, and then the one that I put up earlier has 377. So I got 2 shorts working right now. And then my last video, which was the Hillbilly Josh, that one has 73 views. Now, I answer questions, and Yoda, my friend Yoda cards, Dave, he had a question, and I can also refer this to Uncle Al to help answer it. But he asked about what type of rope and what sort of knives should you have for SHTF or for camping or for whatever. So my go-to answer when it comes to rope is paracord. I would say have some good strong paracord, 100 foot of it or so, and it's not going to take up that much space. As far as knives are concerned, I'm real big on having a nice folding knife. You know, it doesn't have a long blade. Part of it's serrated. Part of it is serrated. It's a real nice knife. You know. So I'm real big on pocket knives. And they're not that expensive. And then I've got a Gerber. I've got a lot of. Every bag has got one. This is a Gerber multi-tool. So I'm real big on multi-tools. You know, and it's got all sorts of stuff you can do. Slotted, Phillips, screwdriver, pliers. It's got, you know, it's got a bottle opener. It's got a can opener. It's got scissors. It's got a nice blade. It's a nice tool. It comes in a sheath, and I've got one for my pocket knife that I could wear both of those on my belt if I wanted to. Gerber. And I'd be lying if I told you the price I paid for this. This was maybe $40, maybe. If memory serves me right. Melinda Elliott. Hello, Melinda Elliott. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. So if you get my notifications, like if you've went ahead and you've tapped the bell, so you receive notifications, you should receive a notification, or you should have received a notification that I will have a premiere Wednesday at 6:30. It is the 1,600 subscriber giveaway premiere. I've got it put together, edited, all of my comments and everything, the description, they're done. It's about a little over 13 minutes long. I think you'll enjoy it. And again, the 1,600 subscriber giveaway winner is Rachel, who goes by Mama 4 Boys. So I've got her box ready. Hopefully I will get to the post office tomorrow, which is Midtown, and I will get her box built off, and then I will send her a text message with the tracking number and when to expect it. She should get it by the end of this, before the weekend. It's usually 3 days. And I had another mail call. I opened box, and it is a couple of more. One, two, the emergency stoves that use the tabs. And it comes with 24 tabs, but I also always give them extra tabs. I gotta get organized. So, oh, another thing. Right now, I'm in the process of calculating what my food preps, how much I have as far as days. And you calculate by how many people are you feeding? How many people do you anticipate? So I normally, when I'm prepping, I normally prep for 4. And that would be my wife, myself, my daughter who's with us, and her boyfriend who may be a future husband, I don't know. But I normally prep for 4. And the idea being that it's not hard to prep for an SHTF situation like a storm, freeze, storm, hurricane. The cavalry will be there for a regional situation in sight of, I would say a week. They tell you they'll be there within a week. So you need to have bottled water if the water turns off. Why would the water turn off? Well, if your municipal water supply loses power, they can't pump. Like when Hurricane Harvey hit Victoria, Texas, and came through Victoria, Texas, we didn't have water for several days because the power was out. Now, the city was going to take care of that in the after review. They were going to take care of that so that they had their own electrical power for that, so that it would not happen again. I don't know. I'd have to check to see if they actually finished with that. They spend a lot of money on infrastructure. They're really doing the nice roads and everything. The roads that they were doing roads, they use concrete, and that's more expensive and it lasts longer. It takes a little bit longer to do. They have to put out forms and everything. They have to put out a lot of rebar, and the way that they do it, it uses a lot of cement, a lot of concrete. Those trucks. Devil Dog Prepper, welcome, Devil Dog Prepper. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Good evening. So, the topics for today, you see a lot of the preparedness channels. They do a lot of cast iron Wednesdays, cast iron cooking, fired up Fridays. They got titles for everything. And everybody, and that's one of the reasons why I send out to people, when I send out goodie boxes to people, or my subscriber boxes, I always put like a folding stove, sterno stove, and I give them a couple of cans of sterno to get going. Oh, are we freezing again? We're freezing again. Good. Thing seems to be wanting to freeze up on me again. But sterno. And then, like I said, having a good, like an Espit stove, and I have an Espit stove, a real nice one. But these are easy to use. The Coggins emergency stoves, they're inexpensive, easy to use. The tabs, you can use any type of fuel tab you can get your hands on, but the actual fuel tabs, you get like a 24 pack of these for like $5. And you use 1 or 2 tabs to heat, to boil your water. So that's something that you need to have, and that's part of survival cooking for camping, or for emergency situations. Um, you want to use cast iron for long-term situations. Cast iron for long-term, grid down. It's a good idea. Cast iron for long-term, grid down. Please, if you would like to support the channel, it would help me out. I don't know why the internet is so slow. It keeps wanting to roll on me, and I apologize for that. I'm not too happy with my internet service. I've been thinking about getting that Starlink that Elon Musk has to offer. It's got some benefits to it. It's about $150 a month, I think, or $120 a month. I think it's $120 a month, and then probably taxes on top of that. And you can get I think you can get the setup that you need for it for about $300 right now. You know, it's good to have cast iron. It is good to have cast iron. It is good to have it. You also need a lid when you're cooking. So like if you're using a Dutch oven, you need like a flange lid, a deep skillet with a lid, a stew pot with a lid, rice cooker with the lid, and then you can start talking about a wood stove. Yeah, I've got smaller cast iron and I've got the big stuff. You know, I'll use cast iron to like do breakfast when I do a breakfast, and I do my sausage or my bacon. Then I do my eggs. Nine in the house, 9 likes. Oh Lord. Hello, Prepper Book Club. Welcome. Yes, cast iron may not be for beginners. Cast iron may not be for beginners. Starting to feel like Max Headroom the way it's acting on me. God darn it. A stew pot with a lid. A rice cooker with a lid. And what about a wood burning stove? Yeah, Dutch oven. Dutch oven. Good to have. Old school is best. These are heavy items and they take skill to use. Yeah, cooking on a campfire. You make there are grills that you can use. You make your fire, and you've got fold out legs. You fold it, you put it over the fire. You can sit a skillet. You can sit a. You have to make sure you got your fire adjusted right. Um, your wood burning fire. There are pots you can hang, like if you're making a stew, or you want to make a pot, something, beans or whatnot. Um, Hanging it over a fire. Back in the day, they'd cook in a fireplace. You'd have your kitchen was basically, you have a huge fireplace you could walk into, and you'd have your fire going, and then you'd be cooking over that fire. It would also heat during wintertime, and I've got a nice wood burning fireplace, but I wouldn't be able to cook in it. It'll make a nice fire, but there's no height to it so that I could put stuff in to cook. I really wouldn't want to try to do that in my fireplace. (105 degrees, 15-mile winds, no humidity). Yeah, it'd be very hot cooking. You know, like if you watch the old westerns, they'd have the chuck wagon, and they had one person, and their job was basically to cook. They were the you have trail rides or whatever. You'd have the truck wagon, you have the cook. Some of the cooks would have like an apprentice or a helper with them, and then they had to feed however many people were in that crew. You know, you have a crew with 10, 15, 20 people. They got to make big pots of stuff, and they basically would feed them for breakfast, and they'd feed them for supper. They'd have a breakfast, they'd have a supper. They really didn't do lunch. They'd do 2 meals a day. You know, they also would like be able to make desserts. Can you make a pie? You know how to make pie. You gotta make enough for everybody. You know, they'd eat a lot of beans. They'd use a lot of bacon or fatback or whatever that they would put in to season it, flavor it. They would do grits, eggs. Sometimes they'd have some meat. They'd have salt pork. Um, 6 in the house. Oh, sorry, 9 in the house, 10 likes. So, the second topic we were going to talk about, um, 3 survival items you should carry. So, always carry a cutting device. In other words, like having a hatchet, having a good blade that you can cut some wood with. You can use a hatchet to cut little kindling, small wood. You need an axe if you're trying to really do some serious wood chopping. You need an axe. Having some food in your bag, whether you're talking like energy bars, like Cliff Bar, or they've got they've got tons of bars that you can get, and having a supply of those. Being able to make a fire. Some people think it's cool to carry, they carry a lighter, like a Zippo. Well, you're always having to fuel the Zippo. You better have it in your bag. You better have some Zippo fuel, because that for whatever reason that tends to evaporate and doesn't, so you're always having to refill it. But having some good stormproof matches, having a flint, being able to use the old school way, make sparks, your kindling, your fire starter, get her going. I like matches. I like to use matches. If I got them, that's what I'm going to use. There are people who love the old school, still, being able to poop, poop, poop 3 or 4 strikes or first strike and they can light a fire. It's fun to do. And, you know, grid down situation might come to the point where that's what you use. But I'm real big on matches. I like stormproof matches. Carrying some of these. This is only 99 cents. These are 99 cents. Over 300 matches here. 10 boxes. And when I carry stuff like this, I carry it in a Ziploc. So if I have them open, I put them in a Ziploc. Also, I like to carry the Stormproof. And I'm sorry that it keeps freezing up. I am sorry about that. I'm not happy about that. 12 in the house, 11 likes. You know, so I'm looking at what type of stuff would I give people in the second round. And it would be a combination of stuff. I'm real big on water purification. You know, these are like less than $9. And 50 tablets. Part A 50 tablets, Part B 50 tablets. You basically can use a tablet in a liter of water. In other words, like a quart, one of each, and you let them dissolve. Make sure it shakes it up. I like that for cleaning water. Medical stuff. Also, information. Like, I'm thinking about getting a bunch of these, and you can put them in a binder. I mean, right now I've got them. I've got my hurricane preparedness with it. How to build a disaster supply kit. Items to have. The hurricane guide for 2024. Thinking about giving out information. That and some medical stuff. Maps. Do you have a good map? A laminated map? I like these little first aid guides, and I like the little the survival guides. But, you know, you get one of each, it's 26 bucks. I do not like the prices. I think that's way too much for that. I think it's way too much for it. And then I may, you know, I'm thinking about like these survival radios. I've got a new one coming in. It should be in tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. Uncle Al will be appreciative of the upgrade. It costs about $40, but it's a lot nicer one, and I really enjoy and I like these. I'll argue with anybody about these. These have an 18650 battery, and you can LED charge. You can USB charge it. You can also plug a charger into it to charge a phone. Yeah, it's LED. Life Gear, $18 plus tax. I love these. So, a little lone prepper, I will be getting Little Lone Preppers, I'll send her some of the FRHs. She wants FRHs. I'm gonna send her some FRHs. And I ordered more of this. I should have some more coming in tomorrow. And I always date it. This is a 90-day supply for one person. This is a 3-month supply of ready oats for one person. You got to look at how many people you're trying to feed. So if I'm trying to feed 4 people, I need 4 of those for 3 months. And that'll be a 3-month supply. If I want a year, I need 16. And those go for just under $21 a piece right now. You know. So I don't have 16, but I am buying them. And that's one of the things I'm actively buying. I'm actively ordering those. And I think Little Lone Prepper said she'd ordered, I think Little Lone Prepper told me she'd ordered a couple of those. Which is a good thing. 13 in the house, 11 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. So I may have to text Dave to let him know my answer to his questions. And then I may text Uncle Al to get his take on it before I text Dave, because I do value what Uncle Al has to say. And he is a good advisor. He gives good counsel. You can say he's a mentor. We're about the same age. He might have a year on me. We're about the same age, but he's very bright, very smart, and you know, I consider myself lucky to have him, you know, as a friend and as an advisor. He sent me a lot of good stuff, and I've sent him a few things too. You know, we exchange. So going over it one more time. Cast iron cooking. Cast iron's heavy, but it'll last forever. You know, it'll last forever. You take care of it. You want lids. Any of your pots, your skillets and such, you want a lid that fits over it. You have like a rice cooker, you want a lid for it. You need a lid for it. A deep skillet with a lid, a stew pot with a lid, rice cooker with a lid, Dutch oven with a flange lid. You get into a grid down situation, you better have what you need to take care of yourself. You better be able to heat water. You better be able to boil. If you have any freeze-dried food, you need to be able to boil water to reconstitute it. You want hot coffee. You want hot tea. Maybe you've got some retort pouches that you want to boil. You want to put them in a pot of water to heat them. Or cans, as far as that goes. You don't have a microwave. You're not going to be able to use a microwave when the grid goes down. I mean, I could use a power station, but it really drains it. You know, because we're talking about a microwave's putting out like 1200 watts when it's running. And if you've got a 100 amp hour battery, it would power a microwave continuously for 60 minutes. For that hour, it would power that microwave for that hour. But then it'd be completely drained, and you got to recharge it. Whereas you give me a 100 amp hour battery, and I can run a compressor driven refrigerator one of those dual fridge freezers, I can run one of those for 24 hours. And you recharge during the day. You want more. You want several thousand. You want, like if you're doing batteries, you want to chain them, so you've got at least three 100 amp hour lithium batteries is about 3,900 watts. And if you're basically using it to recharge your torches, your lights, perhaps a pad or a cell phone. I don't know why you'd be recharging a cell phone, because if the grid is down, phones are not probably going to be working. But you're going to be wanting to recharge your lights, and you want to be able to keep a refrigerator going. And you'd have no problems, even in wintertime. Your panels will be able to. Now, if you're someplace where you get 16 million feet of snow and you've got to dig out the panels, they're not going to be getting any. You're not going to be getting any power out of them if they're covered in snow and ice. But if you're in an area that doesn't have that problem, like where I'm at, I think in 20 years I've been here, I think it snowed twice. Checking the comments. 10 in the house, 11 likes. So Wednesday will be the premiere of the 1,600 subscriber giveaway. And let me mention again, I'll do a 1,700. And I hope to do that 1,700 before I go back to school. I got about 6 weeks before I go back to school. I expect to get another 100 subscribers in those next 6 weeks, the way my channel is working right now. It'll probably slow back down when I go back to work. But if you want your name in the hat for me to do the drawing, you need to have left me a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5. And you see, right now, most of my videos are premieres. So if you come into the premiere, great, thank you so much for coming in and viewing the premiere and making comments and leaving me a like and everything. But when that premiere ends, any of the comments that were made go poof, they disappear. And you've got to go back after the video spools back up, and you've got to leave a comment on the replay. And then that comment stays. So, I've had people say, well, I must have missed one. Maybe it was a premiere that you came to, but you didn't come back afterwards and leave a comment, because that's what I'm always saying. It's like, a live stream. You get all these comments. I can look at all these comments people are making. People are making. All those go poof after the live stream ends. It'll roll back around, and then if you want a comment, you need to leave a comment after it's for the replay, and that comment will stay. The watch time stays, the likes stay, but the comments don't stay. You've got to go back afterwards and leave a comment for it to stay. So I encourage everybody to do that. I mean, when I looked at the last video, which was the Hillbilly Josh, there was like 28 people that had left a comment on the Hillbilly Josh. So then I started going back. And as I went back, the numbers kept less and less numbers. Wound up with 9. And I've done a shout out to all 9 people in the description of the video. And I appreciate every one of them. And any one of them could have won. Any one of them could have won. But, it is what it is. Somebody had asked me about self-defense. Like, what should you have for self-defense? And my big go-to for a home, or if you're out in the boonies, you know, you got a couple acres. My big thing for self-defense is a 20 gauge shotgun, pump shotgun. Normally it'll hold, unless you like, you just get like a regular. You go to Walmart and you get a 20 gauge pump shotgun. You'll pay less than $200 for just a, simple, off-brand shotgun. Nothing wrong with that. I would put a shell holder on the sleeve, or sleeve on the buttstock. It'll hold 6 extra rounds. So you've got 4 in the tube, 1 up the pike. And trust me, you can clear a house. You can clear. You can. I mean, you don't have to be that accurate. You just start pumping shells, and I guarantee you, they'll drop. That idiot woman that thought she was a man, a lot of her information's starting to come out now. The one that attacked that Christian school back east, it might have been a year or 2 ago. She had body armor. She was wearing Kevlar. And what took her down was one of the officers had a 12 gauge shotgun firing buckshot. It was the buckshot, it was like a headshot that took her down. Because they were firing for center mass, and she had armor. She had body armor on. So it was a headshot that took her down. It was a shotgun, a 12 gauge shotgun, buckshot, I think, that took her down. Now the other thing I'm real big on is I'm real big on revolvers. I have some automatics. I have a 22. I have a 25. I have a 380. I've got a 9mm. I don't care for 45 really. To me, it's a cannon. It's like I don't care for 44 Magnum. My go-to is my mother's Lady Smith 357. Satin stainless, cherry wood grips, 3-inch barrel, sweet. I got speed loaders for it. I keep it loaded with a Plus P. That would be my other recommendation, is a double action 38 special pistol. You can get one off brand, a couple $100. A 3-inch barrel or a 4-inch barrel. I like a 3-inch barrel. 4-inch barrel's fine. That would be good for a lady for her purse. You can concealed carry it. You pull it out and pull the trigger. You have double action. You don't have to worry about accidentally pushing a button when you're trying to, take it off of safety and drop the clip, the magazine. That happens. Also, you're not going to shoot yourself in the crotch if you're doing a crotch carry where you've got right down there while you're private. I would not do a private carry. I wear it on a belt on the side, and that's the way I do that. "12 in the house, 11 likes." So I look forward to doing a little video, and I'll also probably do a short. I look forward to doing a video on my new emergency radio that I'm getting. It's got solar for solar charging. It's like a battery bank. So it's got a nice battery and LED. It's got a lithium battery. It has a flashlight. You can crank charge it. You can USB charge it. You can also use it to charge a phone. It operates shortwave, AM, FM. You can get, the NOAA. About $40, and I'll put it up on my community wall when I get it in. But again, I will tell you, if you just want something simple, as long as you're not, banging it into stuff, $18.
People are always commenting on how happy and healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a premium freeze-dried raw.
$18. Life Gear, $18. You can start out with something inexpensive and then upgrade. And then you have this one as a backup. And I'm sorry, it keeps freezing on me. I don't know why it keeps freezing on me, if it keeps freezing on me. It's wonderful that your aunt is that age and still has the mind to write letters. When I look at the age of people that a lot of us are in here, 60-ish seems to be the sweet spot. And I know there are younger people like Devil Dog, Joseph Moore, Hillbilly Josh. They're younger. They're young guys. But a lot of us are 60-ish or in our 60s. And 60 seems to be the new middle age. It seems to be the middle age. Baby chickens in her bed. No, I never went there for that. I need to start a new generation of chicks. I do need to. I'm going to rebuild our facilities for the chickens. I'm planning on putting up a new one and tearing down that one. Something a little bit more modern instead of, because I built that one. My wife and I, we built that one. And it looks like something that would be in an old, 100-year-old village. I'm planning on doing some remodeling in regards to that. If you look at my shorts that I've done recently with the weather, I've done little shorts on our back porch. We've got a nice covered patio, and my wife, we've got a little area, we've got it fenced in, and my wife has lots of foliage back there, pots. And then the front porch, she's done a lot of landscaping. That's one of her big passions and hobbies. And right now I get to take care of the yard. It's like, no, it keeps raining, and I've been out there weed eating. I didn't do any today, but it's like, God Almighty. I had today was trash day, so I had 2 trash cans full of clippings that went out with our trash cans. I'll have to bring in a mercenary to help me weed eat to do the yard. Bring in a kid to help me. that will be something that I plan on doing. I can afford it. Yeah, I need to rebuild the chicken coop. Yep. One of the projects I need to do. So I will try to put up some new material. I need to do an unboxing video of my Blue Eddy EP70, which is a nice one. And I'll be doing that. And I'll also do it as a short. Here I am looking to see where I'm at. I know I need to get a mic and I need to get headphones. I'm going to start using a laptop for the I'll start using a laptop for the live stream. And right now I'm using it to look at the chat. I'm running it. Right now I'm looking at the chat on it. It'll be interesting to see what my snapshot says when I look at my snapshot at the end of the, the end of the stream, which I'm coming up on, because I'm planning on cutting it off at about an hour. Everybody, when I get up in the morning, my routine, I get up, work days, I get up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm at work before 7. And I thank God for the day. You don't know how many days you have. I say the Lord's Prayer. I drink my coffee. I think about how things are going. I plan. I pray for people. I talk to people, communicate with people. My philosophy is life is good, but it is what it is. Things happen. Good things, bad things happen to good people. I was a scout. Scout motto is be prepared. I believe in preparedness. They use derogatory terms for people who, plan for SHTF. Or another one of those acronyms is Teowaki. The end of the world as we know it. You never know. It's hurricane season right now. Hurricane season started June the 1st. It'll run through November 1st. And they anticipate 17 to 25 named storms. They're anticipating a few more than last year. I was listening and they said that 75% of the tornadoes that happen here in the United States. About 75% of the tornado activity around the world happens in the United States. We've been having a lot of them. And tornadoes can do a lot of damage. We supposedly have about 1,500 a year. We average about 1,500 tornadoes a year. Yeah, Noah. Uncle Al Noah. Thank those that help you. Be kind to people. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Thank responders, law enforcement, military, veterans, paramedics, firemen. They risk their lives. They're not doing it to get rich. Demonstrate your home training. You got kids and grandkids, help train them. They need to learn gentility. And as I always say, everybody have a blessed day, and everybody be prepared. I'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Thank you for coming in, and I apologize about the internet problems I'm having. Blessings to you all. Bye.